Welcome, Guardians, to my brand new series, Vault to Viable, where I will be creating and highlighting off-meta builds within Destiny 2. In today's episode, I will be looking at one of my favorite exotics, Duality, and we will see if I can make it a viable PVE endgame build focused around this exotic. Let me know in the comments which exotic weapon or armor I should look at next, and with that, let's get started. Understanding how Duality's exotic perk works will show us what type of build it needs to thrive. Duality's exotic perk, Compression Chamber, reads, fires a pellet spread in hip fire or a single high damage slug while aiming. Its other perk, On Black Wings, reads, pellet final blows grant a stacking precision damage and reload speed buff. Precision hits with slugs extends the duration. You can also unlock the catalyst, which provides +2 to the magazine size and +20 to range. Why is this gun rarely used in PvE? I believe there are two main factors to why Duality struggles in endgame content. Firstly, the footage I've been playing in the background is of a master level lost sector where I was -20 light level below the activity. I was not able to effectively one-shot most red bar enemies to gain a stack of On Black Wings. This leads to the second reason, which is the risk/reward factor to the weapon. To constantly keep this buff going, you need to keep an up close and personal to enemy playstyle, which is not always the smartest play in high-end content. But we are here to correct that sentiment today. I would like to present to you what I am calling the Starfire Inquisitor build. This build focuses on helping Duality and its drawbacks to make it shine. With that in mind, I have chosen to pair it with the exotic Starfire protocol. The exotic perk Fusion Harness reads, fusion grenades have an additional charge and recharge from empowered weapon damage, with empowered weapon final blows granting more energy. Defeating enemies with fusion grenades grants rift energy. A quick note for this exotic is what counts as empowered weapon damage. Empowering Rift and Well of Radiance are the obvious ones, but the not so obvious one is being radiant counts towards this buff. This exotic also has a passive 20% additional base fusion grenade regen, and most importantly, the rift energy you get back from fusion grenade kills is 100%. This is absolutely insane for what we are trying to accomplish. The reason I think this exotic fits so well with Duality is the almost 100% rift uptime you can achieve by letting us get up close and personal with enemies in order to be in our most effective damage range without the risk of not having protection. Now let's look at our subclass and how we can accommodate this even further. We are going with Well of Radiance as our super to empower our Starfire protocol to pump out more fusion grenades. For our aspects, I go with Touch of Flames to upgrade our fusion grenades to explode twice, and Hellion, which supplies us with a mortar buddy, who I call Morty, anytime we activate our class ability. With how much class ability energy we get back, you will constantly have your solar mortar with you to help chunk away at targets. This helps chip away at enemies so we can more easily get one-shot hipfire kills to build stacks of On Black Wings, and Morty's ability to apply Scorch stacks, which is extremely important for our ability to stun unstoppable champions. For our fragments, I went with Ember of Ashes, which help apply more Scorch stacks to a target, as you need 100 stacks of Scorch to stun a champ. At base fusion grenade only applies 40 stacks, so you would need both fusion plus Morty active in order to stun a champ. This fragment makes it so we only have to use one fusion grenade and Morty to stun a champion. Ember of Torches, where powered melee attacks grant us radiant. This helps us get more empowered weapon kills for increased grenade regen and gives us shield piercing rounds to stun champions. I am also using the Celestial Fire powered melee so that I have more range to safely proc radiant before going in. Ember of Tempering, which gives us and nearby allies increased recovery when we achieve solar weapon kills. These kills also drop a fire sprite to give us grenade energy back. And lastly, Ember of Solace, which increases the duration of radiant and restoration effects applied to us. The mods I use on my armor pieces are Ashes to Assets, Special Ammo Finder. The gloves is 2 times momentum transfer and firepower. Chest, I like to run double resist mods for whatever activity I'm planning on playing, and 1 melee damage resist since we are going to be playing an up close and personal playstyle with this build. Legs, recuperation, Innervation, and Solar Scavenger. Lastly, on the class item, Special Ammo Finder, Bomber, and Proximity Ward, as we will be finishing enemies to get more special ammo back a lot, so having that extra overshield will protect us while we're performing these finishers. Great thing about this build is it does not rely on artifact mods to make work, but there are a few I like to use from this season. We can stun unstoppable champs with our scorch stacks and barrier champs while we are radiant. The only thing we are missing is overload champs, which is where the artifact mod will fix this. In this season of Heresy, I chose the overload machine gun mod. Quickly going over the other artifact mods I chose this season are Unraveling Orbs, Hold the Line, Dreadful Finishers, Gold from Lead, and lastly, Heavy Ordnance Regeneration. For weapons you should use, I like to have a longer range primary to help with further away targets, and a heavy weapon that can help us deal with crowd control. With all this information, here is the gameplay loop. Engage from mid-range with Celestial Fire to proc Radiant, which gives us an empowered weapon so we can generate grenade energy with Duality and shield piercing rounds for barrier champs. Close the gap and activate your Rift to trigger Morty. Hipfire kill with Duality to build stacks of on black wings, throw fusion grenades at further targets, grouped enemies, or to burst down chunkier enemies, or to stun barrier champs. Repeat the cycle, finish enemies to consistently spawn more special ammo and protection with overshields. After using this build for a bit, I can honestly say it's the most fun I've had with a build in a while. This build demands an understanding on how everything connects together in order for it to thrive. This is not a build you can put on haphazardly and expect to carry the team with, but once all the pieces fall into place, I feel like I am in a flow state, able to blow away ads, chunk away champs, and dish out pretty decent boss damage. I will be having this build in my rotation, and I hope I have inspired you to try it out as well. If you've enjoyed this video, I would love to hear what exotics I should look at next. I had a great time putting this video together, and I can't wait to make more. And if you want to show your support for these videos, let's try to get this one to 10 likes, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on a build going over your favorite exotic next. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.